Hi guys, greetings, hope you're well today. I just thought I'd do a quick video on a business that I'm building myself. It's no affiliate, there's no third party. Basically, I'm making a good return on investment by yield farming. And you probably think, what is yield farming? Well, yield farming is that you're using exchanges, okay, to pay you fees, all right? They pay you fees. So basically what you're doing, you're lending the exchanges funds in cryptocurrency, and they're using these funds for people, for example, traders or people buying cryptocurrency, and they swap coins. And what happens is the exchange makes money, and the affiliate, well, not really affiliate, the person like myself who's doing DeFi makes a little commission. Makes a fee, okay? So basically, this is all my yields I'm doing at the moment, okay? It's creating me a good, very, very good income, all right? Roughly about $148 a day, approximately. Sometimes less, sometimes more. I did start 6 or 7 months ago. I started with about, say, $11,000, and I've created, made about, say, 71,000 at the moment, due to crypto going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I've been compounding, yeah, and you can actually compound and build your funds that way. Yeah? So it's a very, very lucrative way of making a good income, without being, being scammed. Because at the end of the day, we're in the cryptocurrency niche, and there's a lot of third-party companies who do this, and they take your funds and do a run-up. But this way, you are actually doing this yourself. You're in control with your own money, basically. The link will be below the video, okay? I use a company called Crystal, very safe, right? Basically, it's an aggregator, all right? It deals with, when you send funds, it's a manager, okay? So you're sending the funds to these big exchanges like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or some of these other exchanges, okay? Very, very safe. Alright, so how I'm doing this? Okay, right, how I'm doing this? The first thing, I'll go to a company called Crystal. There's quite a few aggregators around the internet, but I prefer Crystal because it's quite easy to use. Okay, right. Basically, what first thing I do is I go to the hot pools. I look at the hot pools, okay, and I scour about. So, okay, what's this? For example, see a pair here. I never go for the top return on investment, because at the end of the day, with this industry, they say that the top is going to make, say, $656, a percentage a year or whatever. Don't take that to it's not yes and no. At the moment you would, but as crypto goes up and down, you make less than that. But as I said, it's a good way of making income. But anyway. Let's use this as an example. Okay, BNB paired up with USDC, sorry. Click on that. Alright, and it'll bring you to these pools here. There's quite a few pools. There's PancakeSwap, Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Okay, so what I do is, if I'm interested in, say, participating in this one, say, that's 656%. Okay, so that's within 24 hours. So I always look at how many people are involved. There's 19,000 people investing in that. No, I'll pass on that. I always like, if people invest, say, 287. That's okay. That adds a little bit of trust. That's a very good one. 3 million, TBL. So yeah, it's a very good one. But this is me. I don't like small TBLs. You never know what's going to happen. But anyway, let's choose this one now. Let's choose this one. USDC BNB paired up. Click on that. All right. Then it brings you to this page here. Okay. And that's all of estimated earnings in 24 hours. Okay, that's 45 cents if you deposit $1,000. Okay, so if you want to bump it up a bit, you can actually bump it up by, let's have a look. You can actually bump this up. it's like a little liquid calculator. So let the site boot up. It's a bit slow at the moment. Okay. Anyway, let's look at this. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here we go. Right. This gives you a level. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. So if I go to say, for example, $16. Okay. So when I check the pools, let's see if they're legit or not. Okay. This is on my profile. Okay. Let's choose this one here, XRP. I like XRP. I know it goes up and down like a yo-yo. That's the future of the banking system, as I say. Anyway, it's I do store it, and I do hold it, and I do DeFi it. So yeah, anyway, let's click on this pool here. Right, I want to see if it's a legit pool. Okay. Right. So how I do this? If I scroll up, there's a little. Tells you here. Alright, the bold scan, deck screener, pool details. Right, but I want to copy the actual pool itself. Okay. I go to a website called DeFi Scanner. I'm going to leave all the links below now. Okay. This is how I check, see if the pool's legit or not. Paste the URL here. Alright, and it will pop up. 100%. That means it's good. It's a good pool. Okay. If it's something like about 80, 82, about 30, 40, 50% or whatever, I wouldn't do it. You know, it's too much of a risk. You know, I like to see 100%. You know. Anyway, let me go to. There's no way of checking it. Go to deck screener. Click on search. Okay, and then paste it there. The actual pool. Okay. Oh, okay, I told you here. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's sort of. Oh, yeah, it's alright. What's this? 2 issues. Ooh. That's alright. Issue. Nah, don't worry about that. Mintable. Nah, it's fine. Not a problem. Because at the end of the day, the pools are locked away, so don't worry about that. What's this one here? Oh yeah, we know that. Let's click out of that. This one I'll be worried about. Honeypot. No issues. Let's double check it. Open source. Honeypot, no. Cox the contract. Okay. I'm happy with that. Fair play. So that's how you check it. So I'm quite happy to put my money where my mouth is on there. I put 10 grand in there. Well, didn't really put 10 grand in there, but I started this one with about $2,000, I think, about 6 months ago. It's been building slowly, you know. But yeah, if you want to look at hot pools, click on the button up here, hot pools. You can find them yourself. Let's quickly refresh my screen. It's a bit clunky at the moment because the internet's quite slow at the moment, to be honest. I think we've had a lot of people selling and you know, it's very busy site there. This is, so sometimes it gets a bit clunky, but normally it's normally okay. But it's a bit clunky today. Okay, yeah. So I look for best blue chips. That's me. Okay. I look for seal. Let's have a look. There's loads of varieties here of different pairs. You can see the percentages. Yeah. Within 24 hours, that's how much percentage is. Okay. I wouldn't really kind of bank your research on this sort of percentages because they go up and down, they fluctuate a lot. What I'm concerned about is the TVL, how many people are involved in this project. I wouldn't do that one. There's only 19,000. This is me. This is my personal opinion. I'd go for like 2.2 million, just over that, and I would go for 483,000. I would go to about, say, 250,000. If it's under that, I wouldn't even get involved, because you never know. I like to kind of be safe, and you should do the same, okay. But this is my opinion. This is how I do it, But it just gives you an idea. But this is how I'm building my portfolio, okay. It goes up and down like a yo-yo, I know. But it's got to a situation. I used to worry, oh no, cryptocurrency is crashing, oh no. I look at when crypto crashes or comes down, it's like sales for me, yeah. I'm looking at the complete different way now, yeah. So what it is, I buy cheap and then I put it into my pools here, okay. It's like having lots of little pawns working for you, yeah. I'm not worried about cryptocurrency crashing. I buy when it's cheap and I use that to make fees. So I get my fees every day, yeah. If cryptocurrency goes up in price, I make double bubble, so I make twice as much. Say for example, at the moment to this date, XRP is just $2.75, okay. So, if it goes up to say $5 in about say 3 or 4 months' time, I've doubled my money, yeah, okay. Also, I've made fees, so I'm making two sets of incomes here, yeah. If it drops down to say $1.90, for example, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm making fees, and that's what I'm in this project for. I don't care about if cryptocurrency comes down in price. It doesn't worry me, because I know for a fact it will go back up, and I know for a fact people will borrow against their coins and swap and do all that sort of stuff and make me good income. So a lot of people are just panic selling, and I do believe DeFi is the future. And I at the end of the day, I've become my own bank, so I'm lending money to these platforms. But I use, obviously, there's lots of platforms. I've got it rigged up with Uniswap and PancakeSwap. I think they're very, very safe. If you go to DeFi Llama, you can see how much they're worth or how much equity is in the big platforms. There are other big companies like PancakeSwap and Uniswap, okay. But this is what I'm using. I'm using it because I feel safe. There's thousands of them out there, but I believe Uniswap and PancakeSwap are one of the biggest DeFi exchanges out there. Yeah, but that's my opinion. But meanwhile, have a great day. I will be doing other videos on this. Okay, this is number 2, and I do believe that you're in control of your own finances. But when you do get to pools, please use the links under the description, and just be safe. Be safe, because there's a lot of pools out there what are not really legit. So you have to just double check. Just double check them, and once you're happy, just put say $50 in there to test it out. But anyway, guys, have a great day, and thank you very much for watching my video. I really appreciate it.